Good afternoon, team, and a special good afternoon to MLC Distance Learning Class 407, TAC 23, TAC 06. My name is Sergeant First Class Patrick M. Tronetti, and I'm a member of 1st Battalion, 1st Capabilities Integration Group. Today, I will be giving you a class on DoD-friendly practical jokes, namely my favorite DoD-friendly practical joke. This presentation will give you information on practical jokes, the risk involved with practical jokes, and how to execute my favorite practical joke. The overall classification of this briefing is unclassified. So, the agenda for this class is going to start with a practical joke. What is a practical joke in the Department of Defense? The inherent risk of practical joking, the situation, the joke itself, and the conclusion of the briefing. So, practical jokes are a form of physical humor based on ease of opportunity to facilitate a humorous event, as you can see on the slide. The best practical jokes that we have in the Department of Defense are practical jokes that are practical. They are jokes that bring us together, they're unifiers, and they can supplement corrective actions. Practical jokes in the Department of Defense, however, run the risk of being impractical, as we have very serious jobs, we have serious business to attend to, and there's not always room for practical jokes. The inherent risk of practical joking. So the risk assessment for this training is low. However, moving forward with practical jokes, the risk may increase. Some of the factors that go into practical joking are the person of interest. Who are we targeting with our practical joke? The audience, the teammates that you have around that are present for the practical joke, and the feasibility of the practical joke that we are attempting to execute. Moving on to my favorite practical joke, which is the CAC pirate. So the situation that we have here, one of our teammates left their ID card in their computer when they went to lunch on post. We want to correct the action, but we want to be lighthearted about it, as opposed to assertive or aggressive, as this has happened to us before. This has happened to everyone. Everyone has left their CAC card at one point or another. So, many types of corrective actions have been developed over the years, which have been demeaning or difficult for a soldier to deal with. Some of the old Army corrective actions that we've all experienced throughout our careers, they can be very inconvenient or stressful. Oftentimes, they can be demeaning to our teammates, as well as hypocritical. If I had forgotten my ID card the day prior, and my soldier forgot their ID card in the computer when they went to lunch, if I was to take this whiteboard, draw a personage of that person who forgot their ID, and make them haul this whiteboard around the installation, that would not only be impractical and demeaning to the soldier, but it would also be hypocritical, as I've also forgotten my ID, and I was not forced to carry a whiteboard around. So a more practical and enjoyable method can be used as a practical joke and corrective action. Enter the pirate CAC. So, this ID card, which I found on the internet, is an image of a doctored or a faked Army CAC card. As you can see, some of the information is wrong and it is doctored, so I don't feel bad about using this as my pirated ID card. We have the ID card that we secured from the soldier. What we're going to do is we're going to place a piece of Scotch tape over the face of the soldier. Now, keep in mind that Scotch tape is only 58 microns thick, so we are going to be using a felt pen to put our drawing on the Scotch tape and not a sharpened pen or pencil, as that could penetrate the Scotch tape and potentially damage or alter the ID card, which is against regulation. Lastly, you can see the type of illustration that we placed on the Scotch tape with the felt pen. We have an eye patch here, we have a squiggly mustache, we have a goatee that we have placed on the Scotch tape on the ID card, and we need to ensure that whatever we're putting on the Scotch tape is not offensive and entertaining. Pirates and people with bad facial hair are not a protected demographic under 600-20. So, through appropriate, relevant, practical application of a simple joke, my favorite joke, service members are reminded to pay attention to detail and care for their sensitive items. However, before doing this, we must evaluate personal risk and the risk of offending the person on the receiving end. Proper placement of barriers and use of non-invasive marking tools is absolutely essential. And non-offensive, entertaining overlays are also required for this practical joke. Once again, I'm Sergeant First Class Patrick Tony Tronetti of 1st Battalion, 1st Capabilities Integration Group. If there's any questions, feel free to contact me on my email or on Blackboard. Here's the reference that I used for this course. Thank you for your time.